Hey guys, Deathscyp here from Y.C.G, your casual gamer, and this episode we'll be working with sound cues and Unreal Engine 4. I'm going to teach you a little bit how to use them, and we're going to need the damage 1 and damage 2 from freesound.org, where I have a few sound that I uploaded over there for you guys. And after that we're going to add it to the scene. For those that have been following the videos, it should be concurring with the live bar that we created, the camera shake, and the UMG animation that we did together to make a fully damage input. So let's get started. Okay, so you should already have your 2 damage over here that we went to download. So the thing about Sound Cue, it allows you to have your own sound editor inside Unreal Engine. Because right now, if I double click on the sound right here, you're going to notice that, yeah, you can put it to looping, and yeah, you can play with the volume and the pitch, but you can only play with it once. And once you save that new setting, that's it. You're not going to have, if you want a different, same sound but different, a little different, you're going to have to create a new sound for it. And if you'd had to do that for every little sound, that would take you hours. So that's where the sound editor comes into play. You're going to right click on the first damage, and we're going to create a cue. Let's call it damage dot cue. Whoop, not dot, underscore 2 cue. And let's double click inside. So you're going to notice right now, let's put this a little smaller for now, and you're going to notice it's like a blueprint editor right here. You have your values on the left and you have your palette on the right. And just before we get started, and now we only have the first damage here, and I wanted to use both of them to make my sound cue. And it's easy as just taking it and dragging it inside, like that. Now if I go in, the neck, now you're inside. If you click on one sound, you can choose right away to keep it looping. If I wanted to, I could just let this, and it would keep playing the sound. That'd be very annoying, because it's a damage. You want it to happen only once and then finish. But now I want both of them to play, and if I try to connect the other one to the output, it's not going to work. I can't put both of them at the same time. So the first node I'm going to teach you about is going to be the random node, because I want those two to come out randomly. Because it's always different when you get hurt. Sometimes you're going to say ouch, sometimes you're going to say hey, and sometimes you say ouch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag out of the execution pin and click and write random. And easy like this, it comes already with 2 pins. You're just connecting both of them like this and to the output. Now that's the random node, and you saw I just dragged the damage sound inside here like this. If I wanted to drag more, I could drag hundreds of them if I wanted to. But for this tutorial, I just need 2, just for my sound. And right away, if I play the cue now, it's going to play between my 2. And what's nice too is if I wanted to, I could choose one of the 2 sound to be more important than the other, like Minigame does. Sometimes you're going to hear, I don't know, maybe the second one you're going to hear it more often. And to do so, I just have to play with the weight over here. Put it to 5. And right now, if I do that, you're not going to see a difference, because the randomize without replacement is checked. Which means if you read this over here, it says that it's never going to play the same sound twice. And since I only have 2, then it's always going to go between each other, even though one of them is heavier than the other one. But if I uncheck this over here, right away you're going to notice that the second one plays a lot more frequently than the first one. But for this example, I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to leave this check because I want it to alternate between the 2, just to create a nice random effect. Now the next thing I'm going to teach you how to use is the modulator. And let's drag out of there and just write modulator. And there you go. And connect this here. Now the modulator, as you say over here, every time the sound is chosen, it's going to go through that, and it's going to change the pitch between the minimum and the maximum over here, and the volume as well. So that means that you can choose to put this lower, maybe 0.85 and 1.1, and right away you're going to see that now your 2 sounds are going to sound like you recorded 20 sound instead. because it's always gonna play slightly different. And if you want it to have a bigger variance, you can just change the values higher or lower over here. So now that our sound is made, I want to talk to you about a few other nodes. We have the delay over here, which is like any blueprint. You could just set up the delay over here, and if I wanted to, I could just put it like this. And I can choose the minimum and max, and it's still going to be a random value. And if I want it to be a set value, like 1 second, I could just set both of them at 1. And then when I play, you see, there was a delay of 1 second. 1 second, no second. So you can see you could put that inside I don't know, maybe you're trying to do a background music, a background sound, and you want to have like, I don't know, like a warehouse, and you want to hear like a back clanging or like a mouse in the background that plays in a random delay. That be your best cue to do that. You use the sound editor in Unreal. And also you have something like the mixer where you can have two things happening at the same time. If I want to, I can just copy and paste over here the two sound and make a new sound over here. That's just the two. And to add a pin is just to add, I just have to click over here, and it's going to add another input over here that I can easily just do connect like this. Now that would create a third sound over here, and I could save that and play the cue, and I would play both of them at the same time, or see? So that's how awesome it is and very easy to do. Let's just get out of there. I just need the first two for that, delete the input, and you're done making your cue. So we can exit this. So this is how you use the sound cue editor basically, for anyone that wanted to know. Now for those of you that are following our video, let's continue with our scene. So right now if I jump inside the game, I get to the trap and I get damage. The screen shake and the UMG red animation happens on the screen, but we don't get the damage heard yet. Let's get out of there. We don't hear the damage, the sound for the damage. Now just go inside the user interface, and it's going to be super easy since we already did everything else. You're going to go inside the graph, and when the custom event is going to fire, we're going to get out of the pin, the execution pin, and play sound. Play sound 2D because it's going to happen right away in the face of the character, so you don't need a sound depth. And we're going to go select our new damage input. It's called damage cue. There you go. If you want to, you could have played with the cue, the pitch over here, the volume, but I'm not going to touch that. Compile and save, and then when you reach inside your game, everything should work. Play. So I go over to the trap. I hear the damage, and I hear it again, and again, and now if you wanted to, when you're dead, you could add a death damage, a death kill sound. Like I have one on my whips on freesound.org that you could go get for free. So that's it for today. And the next episode, we're going to be we're going to start doing our sprint mechanic, and after we're going to do our stamina bar. So stay tuned and see you next time.